Alright, I'm going to do a little highlighting on the glass bead cabinet here today. If only so that I can get this video up so I can appease Brad from Tactical Keychains. Alright, so if you don't like this video, blame this guy right here, okay? Hard to rush cinematic quality like I have, huh? Like I do. Right. Anyway, okay, so this glass bead cabinet, I've had this sandblast cabinet here for years, tucked in the corner here. I have glass beads in it, have for a long time. I love the finish on glass beads. Now, technically, glass beads should be run like at about 45 psi, so that the beads bounce on, grab a little chunk of something, polish, smooth, or whatever, and bounce back off. I'm running it more like at 80 or 90, so my glass beads hit, crush, break. And all those little sharp edges then clean stuff. So it leaves a really nice finish, but I do go through glass beads faster than some people, but then again, you know, I've been running the same ones for years too. I just don't use it much anymore. Anyway, it's tucked in the corner, and if you notice here, see that blue line there? I have it hooked onto a T on the other side of the reel there, and it's about toast, but it comes down and feeds a foot switch that I have down on the ground there. I think, yeah, there it is. And I'll tell you, boy, that foot switch was rather expensive, but well worth it. Well worth it. So I just have I'll show you the insides here in a minute and that stuff. The holes on the outside here, I cut those in with a hole saw and put in ventilation because the vacuum port is over in the far back corner there, okay, and it's hooked up to the shop vac down there. And typically I'll take the exhaust from the shop vac and I can put it under the garage door. Even when it's cold, I can just lift it up a couple inches and tuck it under there and blow the exhaust outside. With the shop wide open like this, it just doesn't matter, so I don't worry about it. Anyway, those are for added ventilation because there really wasn't. There's like one small hole in the back or whatever to let air in, and so it didn't have much airflow. The vacuum would just suck really hard. It still pulls the plastic down just a little bit, the clear cover there, but it pulls a whole lot more air through, so it gets rid of the dust and everything like that a whole lot better. I should put some kind of filter over the vacuum port because it does suck a bunch of my glass beads out. Oh well. Okay, and then the power switches here. I don't have a light inside because it never really worked very well anyway. I run a 500 watt halogen up there, and that gives lots of light in there. I just typically have to wear a baseball hat to create a shadow of what I'm working on, you know, so that it lights everything up, and then I create a shadow to get rid of the glare on the plastic. So the two power switches, one runs the light and the other one turns the vacuum cleaner on and off. I think that's about it. Let's probably move to handheld here and show you the inside and stuff. We'll see. Alright, so here's an idea about the plastic. The floodlight's on, but you can see as soon as I cast a little shadow on there, I got lots of light in there, and you can see, and the shadow blocks the glare. Okay, let's see how it looks with the... So, today not too bad, partly because I got the door open, stuff like that, but you know, it definitely lights it up better, and that's the whole point, you know, on my other sandblast cabinet. You've seen the canopy that I have over it. That's why. Okay. Oh, one other thing here too. Let's this is back as far as it goes. I have a chain hanging up here with just a hook on it. Okay, and that's so that I can lift this lid up and just hook it there, and I can get stuff in and out. I can do the beads. I can do whatever in there. So inside, it's just a siphon feed sandblaster with the trigger pulled, taped. And I do have it modified. You see the hose running over on the side here and that stuff? Let's dig down here a bit. did this to a couple bucket feed sandblasters years ago. It worked really well. I've done it to this. Works really well. So basically, I've just got an air fitting here, just a T. Okay. And I got a steel rod clamped on top of it there and duct tape to it so that the hoses can't pull up and kink, you know, right there at the fittings. But one side, the left side here, okay, it goes up to the free air hose that I have just sitting up above the light. Okay, so that sucks fresh air up and pulls it through. So it works basically the same way as a siphon feed, because that's really all it is. The siphon feed is the head. You know, the air blows up through the handle and goes through an orifice here, and when it blows across this opening here for the glass beads, that creates a Venturi effect, a suction, and so that sucks the beads up. And so that's what's getting sucked up on the right side here. Now I did the T because as gravity goes down, if the hose doesn't have this fresh air, the clean air coming in, it will just plug up, especially with heavier abrasive and stuff like that. So I basically have kind of a second Venturi effect going here, where the air comes rushing from the hose on the left, goes past the hole here, and sucks up the glass beads. Okay. In doing that, it kind of helps monitor, measure, regulate, or whatever the flow a little bit better. Okay. That way I don't get too much clumping where it just, you know, balls up and plugs up. Now, you can see I got a ton of debris in here. One of these days I'll just have to break down, get rid of this stuff, and change it out. So, anyway, let's see if... I'm just going to... I don't know if we can see it or not. I'm going to shoot it outside. Let's see if we can see the suction action. Cool, huh? So, and, you know, seems to work pretty good. When I did it to the tubs, I seemed to get a whole lot less clumping, you know, where it would stick. Now, with the siphon feed, and this is probably going to make a hell of a mess. I don't want to do too much, or maybe I should close the thing. But what you can do with a siphon feed is you can put your finger over the hole and do it at your own risk, okay? Because, you know, there's 80, 90 pounds of air here, and trying to push the abrasive out, okay? But what you can do is when you plug this up, that forces the pressure back down the hose. So instead of having to dig down in there and unclog everything, you know, if I get some of that debris in there, I can just plug this hole up and backfeed the pressure and blow it in there. So I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it just a little bit here to... Yeah, see it? So I can unclog it, and then I can go right back to shooting. Okay. So now that I've blown all kinds of glass beads out into the driveway and shit, I do have a plate in here. Okay, this is what it looks like going in. So let's put some glass beads back over that. Let's close the cover and see if we can get a angle through the plastic that you can see. All right, well, hopefully you can see that some. You're probably not going to be able to hear much. I might have to mute the audio a little bit, but let's see here. So that's one of the darker sections. I'm not going to turn the vacuum cleaner on just because of the noise, but if the dust gets too bad, I'll turn it on. Okay, is that gonna focus? I'm not at an angle where my glasses can see the camera to see if it's focused. So, okay. That position kind of hurts. So I'm gonna turn the vacuum on and go about business here. And I'm not sure you'll be able to see much, but I won't know until after I check the video later. I did want to show you one other thing. If you're wondering about the protector underneath here, okay, you can buy the glass protectors. They're plastic. They've got double-sided tape already attached to them, that stuff. What I ended up getting down to was, because that double-sided tape always seemed to cut loose. Any tape will, okay? But I went down and got this real nice heavy, it's flexible, it's fairly soft. It doesn't last quite as long as some of the others you can get, but it's dirt cheap. I went down to Joann's Fabrics, I believe, and it's back with their upholstery material and stuff like that. And so it's for not so much carpet covers, but upholstery covers and stuff like that. I guess, I don't know. It was dirt cheap, so I bought several yards of it and, you know, cut it down to the right size and stuff like that. And then I just take packing tape and tape it up in there. So I just got done changing it out. And actually I did do a little blasting, so that's why it's already dusty and stuff. So there you can see how much dust, you know, but you can wipe a good bit of it back off if you really got to see some more. But compared to what it was, it's quite easy to see in there right now. Okay, I figured I'd show that before I did some more blasting and got to the point where you couldn't see through it. Alright, let's try it a little more natural light. So, little alcohol or brake cleaner on it or whatever should be ready to paint. And, you know, it's a sad example of my TIG welding. But, you know, the whole point was just to get the crack sealed. So, and for as tedious as this is, you know, I mean, it goes pretty quick and easy, you know, but this is a big reason why I go have them plated, because they'll just dip them and get that, will clean everything up perfect and all that kind of stuff, and then they'll coat them in black zinc and they'll look finished and done and nice, and I don't have to put the time in. That's the best part. All right, a little bit better idea. They're obviously glass beaded before and after. So a little easier to see this than I think. We'll see. You know, but when you have, you know, that pile there is still going to do all the grinding and that stuff, but, you know, all that, and, oh, there's a box of, there's another box of 20 or 30 710 brackets. Yeah, no desire to, I definitely want to look into a tumbler, okay. Brad's, I'm sure, going to make a couple of comments about a tumbler. How well this stuff will go through a tumbler, I don't know. I'd love to see. Hell, maybe I'll... yeah, see, he does titanium and all the other stuff, and I'd hate to send steel or whatever and, you know, have him tumble them and see how they come out or whatever. But then again, I'd also hate to, you know, go spend hundreds of dollars setting up a tumbler and find out it doesn't do these parts. So, anywho, I think that's it. I'm going to go plug this into the computer and let it download while I'm still out here working. And hopefully I won't take too much editing and I can maybe get it up. Editing's not what gets it up.